There's been a lot of things that's been happening coming from the Biden or Biden administration with policies and different actions that has been taking place that really seems Obama-esque, if you will. But me personally, I really feel deep down in my spirit that, and of course they'll never admit it on mainstream media, but a lot of the actions taken by this current Biden administration has been directed by Obama. And I noticed that even at all these different meetings, the COP meetings, and which is Conference of Parties and different things like that, with all the world leaders from King Charles to you name it, Obama has a seat at the table. And he's been attending these things for the last 3 to 4 years under the Biden administration. And there was some time back that Obama had visited the White House and he made a statement like this. And yeah, he was joking with the people, but honestly, he was telling the truth. And there's a thing, if you heard the term called shadow presidents or shadow presidency, which, presidents would take orders or directives from those in the background, like when Obama was in office. George Soros visited the House over 20 something times, gave money to the DNC, funded a lot of different things, because those who gave to your party and gave contributions, they would have a directive for those who were in charge. And presidents were beholden to them, and certain NGOs, or would at least bow down and make themselves available to them. But I want you to look at something that Obama had said, and you guys judge within yourselves. Is this administration and the courses of action taken directed? Because remember, or directed, should I say, by the Obama administration or Obama himself, sorry. Joe Biden is not competent to make a clear decision. And of course, he has to be directed and guided. They have to prop this man up on so many medications just to function. And all the times he's fumbling and bumbling and stumbling over himself. And, he has to be the figurehead and spokesman. But I'm going to show you 3 clips. I found there was more that I had, but they erased them and scrubbed them right off of the internet. So I'm going to show you these 3 different things here, but the last clip I'm going to show you is very telling. And they're, as they say, saying the quiet part out loud. But check it out.
Thank you. Vice President Biden, Vice President. That was a joke. That was all set up. My president, Joe Biden. Vice President Harris.
Yeah. So he said it was a joke, but was it really? No. Now, I know that Merrick Garland and others that serve under Biden are taking orders from Biden, but Biden is receiving orders from someone himself to do things like go after Trump and prosecute him, which this is unheard of. This is unconstitutional. These different policies and the things that courses of action has been taken have been all policies and things that Obama himself was once attached to, or things that he have tried to implement. Yeah, now I know Biden was Obama's VP during those 2 terms. But the reason why this all came about, number one, look, Biden didn't even go around and hold rallies and all this stuff like Trump did. I mean, he tried to once or twice, 25 people showed. So we know that they had to, there was mail-in voter ballots and all these other different things. And you got to be careful because YouTube likes to play gatekeeper for their actions, but allowed you to say Trump, Russia, 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 election interference when it came to the 2016 election. So, but anyways, so that he's actually, he's been propped up. Now the Democratic Party wants him out, but there's a stronghold there because they want to put someone else in because they don't believe he's going to make it and he can function. Even his doctor said, this man can't make it, or mentally fit, paraphrase. But watch this next clip.
Sometime. I have two more for you, and I promise we'll get to your questions. Okay, so today, as you all saw just an hour or so ago, President Obama announced that, President Biden. Whoa! That is news.
Now there was, besides Karine Jean-Pierre, there was 4 or 5 other clips where different people said the same thing and made the same slip-ups. Oh, was that really an accident? I don't think so. They know who's giving the directives, in my opinion. And I believe strongly within my spirit. I mean, Obama has the seat at every table at all these conferences? Like all the other world leaders and presidents that are current now? Of course. I mean, shoot, there was a chef that died in his house, at his new house. And he was supposedly, him and Michelle was out of the country. But then it comes to find out he was actually there. You didn't even have the media talk about it at all. The media did not say one thing about it. It's like Obama has it all on lock. They didn't say nothing about this. They didn't raise no questions. Only alternative media talked about it, and there was 1 or 2 outlets. I mean, you talk about someone who has control over D.C. and the policies and everything, a dark shadow government. But here's the main thing. Watch what Obama said in an interview as he was leaving, getting ready to leave the presidency after serving 2 terms. He was on a Stephen Colbert interview, and the question came up about a 3rd term, if that was possible. What would it look like? And again, saying the quiet part out loud. Watch.
Before people would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a 3rd term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that because I found the work fascinating. I mean, I write about the even on my worst days, I found puzzling out, these big, complicated, difficult issues, especially if you were working with some great people, to be professionally really satisfying.
We're going to play that again one more time, even though you can rewind it. Watch it one more time.
I've said this before. People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a 3rd term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that because I found the work fascinating. I mean, I write about the even on my worst days, I found puzzling out, these big, complicated, difficult issues, especially if you were working with some great people, to be professionally really satisfying.
So tell me what you guys think. God bless y'all. Have a good day.